city of Shadowgate. And everyone is showing up to attend the wedding of one Major Shadesh, who has recently passed away of old age, such.
A funeral.
A funeral. I am misspeaking already. This is
Okay.
a good omen.
Like the wedding of a dead guy. Cool.
I was like, wait, we're straight into necromancy? What's happening?
Oh, if only you knew.
I didn't set up for this.
As you can see, the map that you as well have seen before, we're at the Shrine of the Sovereign Host, which is right in the middle of the map at the B. It's actually the building just to the left of the B is the actual shrine. The other area in front is just like a open playground / market square kind of thing where people mill about.
I'm sorry, you said the B?
There is a letter B right in the middle of the map.
Oh, actual letter B. Cool. I was looking for a place named B for some reason, like B-E-E.
Harley, you're cut off from cold meds.
Should be getting a new map. Let's see if I can figure out how to spawn tokens.
I see light beams. Oh, I think we're really small in the middle there.
You are appropriately sized in the middle there.
Ah, I see. Yep.
If you you can look around the map if you want, but if you zoom in, we are all on 5-foot squares here. Everybody's sized properly.
Right.
The Shrine of the Sovereign Host is a rather large building. The main entrances around the western side all open onto that market square area. I'm not sure how it shows on your guys' end. Are you seeing little doorway things on those entrances? Yeah, those are not actually doors. They're open arches. But the map I use, that has to be put in as an archway. We'll probably do later maps differently. Ringed around on the north, south, and eastern walls are the 9 various shrines to the 9 gods of the Sovereign Host. Some of them, most of the ones in the corners, all have some aspect about them that is glowing and casting some light. There doesn't seem to be any real order or purpose to it. It's not a mark of status or something like that. It's just some of them have features that could be made to glow, and they did make them glow for appearance's sake. As far as normal practices go, there's cushions and carpets you can see laid out in the area where people can lay down and respect whichever god they're there to observe. And the central area here is reserved for more communal services like this funeral. Major Shadesh's coffin is currently laid out on the front there with a row of flowers in front of it. There are 2 braziers, but it is the middle of the day, and the braziers are not currently lit, though there are clearly embers in there that are still glowing somewhat. The day itself is a rather gloomy, rainy day, so outside is rather gray. There is constant rain falling. The shrine itself is fully open on the inside, as you can see like this, but it's covered by a massive dome. And at the center of the dome, there is a large open circle that's open to the weather. So with the rain is actually falling down upon the coffin here. So you kind of have 4 notes. You have the airy space around it, you have the rain falling on the coffin, you have the fire, the braziers, and the earth that it rests upon. There's a little bit of symbolism they use. You can put your tokens wherever you want among the pews, or along the outer edges, or wherever you wish to be on the map. You should all have access.
How many other general people are in this area too? Just roughly.
It's fairly full. I am not putting the 40 or 50 tokens that it would take on the map for all the NPCs.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a guesstimation,
There's room to find a spot on the pews, but it's getting tight on spots that are there. And if you don't want to be on the pews, you can absolutely be over by the doors or something like that as well.
I'm kind of
standing room only as well for crowd?
Pardon?
Is it standing room only crowd as well?
Well, there's a couple of spots available on the pews, but not many, and you'll have to get friendly with people.
No, I mean, is there a standing crowd behind the pews?
There are a lot of other people in the shrine that aren't paying much attention to the funeral. Like there's attendants who are wandering around doing their things as well. There's not just the one priest who's administering this, and there are some other people who are sitting on the various carpets, meditating or doing their own little thing there that's unrelated.
Okay, so it's not like packed with people.
Yeah, it's not like absolutely packed with like standing room only and then a crowd behind the pews or anything like that. It's a few people, but mostly just people who had a closer personal relationship with Shadesh.
Oh.
Or the family. Is there any questions before we get going?
I was just gonna say I was gonna have myself like kind of laying in the back, like trying to be unobtrusive, basically.
Okay. Then as we get going, so the ceremony is going on for quite some time. They're just running over what military achievements Shadesh had gone through that I'm not going to bore everybody with because a recitement of battles won and fought is not interesting unless you were really close to the person. Everybody's fairly unhappy to be here, but like there's little sobs here and there from closer members of the family, and everybody's relatively down on their dumps, as is pretty typical for a funeral. It's not a very happy time. But there's still a nice little burble from the water of the fountains around the edges and things like that, so it's not an unpleasant kind of situation here. The water that's coming in is sort of puddling off of the raised dais in the middle here and flowing down through the four grates you can see around it underneath, so it's not really puddling up anywhere. It's clearly designed to be able to handle all of this. And the ceremony starts to come to a close. People are asked if they want to come up and make any final comments. Does anyone among you feel the need to go up and give a final statement about their relationship to Shadesh? It's absolutely not required. I don't throw this at you. Okay, then, as he's closing up, it suddenly gets very, very dark. Like, it wasn't very bright before. It was a gloomy day, but it got suddenly dark. It is almost dusk now, it seems, but it is still the middle of the day. It's like right around noonish. It's an unnatural level of darkness that sweeps across this. And then you do hear some shouting, but it's very, very muffled. And actually, could you all throw me a perception check?
Where's the shouting come from? Was what I was gonna ask.
This is what the perception check is about.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh my god, starting off. I need to message you, Endis, actually, because I forgot.
You're muted, Northern.
I was saying that should have added a +3 for some reason, and it hasn't.
Your +3 is not going to be enough.
I know.
Another 5.
But I don't know why. I'm just seeing. I'm having slow dice issues, so I'm going to see if I can fix it.
Okay. The only person who's going to pass their DC was 15 is going to be Torque. Torque, those shouts are coming from the grates. So it's from something that's happening underground.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Torque
you're right, Harley.
Torque will kind of take up a position right at the eastern one, see if he can hear more of what's going on or be prepared if something comes up through.
When you get up there, it's a lot quieter than it was a moment ago. But you also now hear a banging. Everybody hears a banging. It's a much closer banging.
When you say banging, is it like a knocking or like what is the volume of this banging? Like severe?
It sounds like something like a metal hammer hitting stone,
Oh.
or the equivalent thereof.
I immediately tell my charge to leave the temple.
Is this a different banging than the first banging we heard?
The first sound you heard was more of a shouting,
Oh, okay.
and this isn't coming from the grates. This is coming from the sarcophagus.
Perk up my ears.
All the people in the audience are looking rather concerned. A lot of them have stood up and are like looking around, trying to figure what the hell is going on. And the top of the sarcophagus comes exploding off and fires off a couple feet away from the dais.
Oh.
I drop my weapon.
There's there. And a figure rises up out of the cover, and you can all roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Wow. We are bad today. Just getting those
Using my
shit dice rolls
dice.
out now.
Hopefully.
Radix has loaded dice.
Okay, so it automatically rolls my initiative for them when I add them to the combat tracker.
Yeah, and with whatever reason, if you want them to have like higher whatever, or like it does really shitty, you could always re-roll them too, without messing up everybody else.
I am going to re-roll them because that is too high, and you guys have gotten way too much warning. Yeah, that's better. And Del, you got a better deck, so we're dropping it down to 1.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, this ghastly, ghostly figure has exploded up out. Any of you who told me that you had a personal relationship with Shadesh will realize it is wearing what looks like ghostly remnants of his armor. But it's not actually, like, it doesn't look like it's physically the actual armor, it just looks like it's a spiritual version of it. And yeah, so everyone's screaming now and running, and you have to deal with the crowds. So if you're in the crowd, it's difficult terrain until you get out. And yeah, it's Grandma Glimmer's turn. You can presume it's hostile.
Yep. Okay. I guess I'll start with a basic description. Very, very much like the icon picture that I've loaded. Very small, frail, white, gray hair in a braid. In kind of a brown and green, several sets of robes. She's sitting there, kind of rubbing what looks to be some sort of necklace. And I see this thing. And I suppose I will go ahead and use my action to cast Mage Armor on myself. And not a lot else I can do. I'm remaining sitting. And that will be my turn.
You may be the only person remaining sitting. Torque, it's your turn.
Alright. Torque will kind of half freak out and go into a rage and charge at it and swing his giant maul at its face. 14 to hit.
That is a miss.
All right. That's my turn.
Lyra, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Am I still technically in the crowd? I was standing next to an outer pew.
You're way on the edge. If you wanted to go through where the pews are, then I would say that for that couple of squares it's difficult terrain, but if you go around, then it's free enough. Everybody's running the other way.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see where I'm at. Ugh. It's close. Yeah. I stink. I don't. Oh, why did I do that? Oh. Sorry, I'm realizing that there's not an actual snap grid, so I'm trying to have to measure everything.
Every other map I have other than this is snap to grid.
It's okay. I'm just trying to figure out how, because I technically wasn't in a square, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Oh, it does. Look at that. Still so smart. So I can get to here. Which I don't know that I'm actually in range.
He's in 2 squares. I moved him.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Then I am going to swing my maul. Oh, horrible dice.
That is unfortunately also a miss.
That hurts. That hurts so bad. I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
And that brings us to Virgil.
Somebody's already made the connection, damn it. I am, as the crowd's going in my direction, I'm going to try and work my way through it, but can I do so, like, trying to hide myself amongst the bustle of people in the other direction?
Sure, give me a high check.
Yeah.
Or self check.
Ooh, 12.
15 is the DC.
Okay. So it's going to be slow. It's going to be half speed pretty much the whole way, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
So 10, 20, 30. That only gets me to there. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, and Dell? Way in the back there?
Yep. I can get around up to about here. What you guys see is a gray, kind of shaggy dog that is about 4 feet tall run up. And I'm growling at the sarcophagus. Arr. That's my turn.
Okay. And that brings us to the Shade of Shadesh. This is 2 of you have taken swings at him. He's going to pull out a massive, ghostly-looking battle axe. And I don't know who to attack. Evens on Torg. That's a 4. That's AC 13
Miss.
for Torg. And his second attack. That's a nat 20. And that is 12 damage.
What kind?
Slashing, if it matters.
Slashing, yes, then I will take half of that. Because I am raging.
Excellent. And that is his turn. That brings us back to the top of the round with Grandma Glimmer.
Okay. Glimmer will get out of her seat. And take a couple steps slowly, since I know it is difficult terrain or whatever, and just stop and bang her staff to the ground and say, "Now that is enough!" And I'm going to cast Bane on it. Can I get a Charisma saving throw, please?
Oh, weird. What did you click when you did that? Because it popped what the DC is in chat.
I just, so it's part of my background spell. I just click the use thing and...
Oh, interesting. That must be new.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Okay. So, fail.
Yes.
It now takes minus D4 to all of its attack throws and saving throws. Yeah, that's for the whole... It doesn't get to resave, so that's cool. And that would be my turn.
Okay, that's cool. Torque. Would you like to do something about getting hit?
Yeah, I would like to hit it back. Hopefully. 18 to hit.
His AC is 18.
Alright. Great. Minimum 7 damage. And I would like a Constitution saving throw if it can be proned.
Constitution save?
Yeah, DC 13 if it's able to be proned.
It is able to be prone. I rolled a 13 and he has a +3. So
Oh,
it's
son of a
16.
bitch. Alright, that's it for me.
That was with the
Okay.
minus D4.
That was not with the minus D4.
Let's go.
Bane kicking off already.
Thank you for doing that. I'll roll that to everyone because it's fun. It's only a 2, so that brings it down to 14. So that brings us to the next turn, which is Lyra.
Sorry, our food showed up mid-combat.
Always.
Mm-hmm. I will be attacking. It is 24 to hit.
That's a hit. By a lot.
So this is bludgeoning. 13. And then this is radiant. 1. And then I would like a Constitution saving throw for putting him prone. I'm mathing what the DC is. So DC 13.
That's a 15, but I still have to roll the d4. That's a 4, which means that is an 11, which means he is prone.
Yeah. Bane, good work.
And that's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Virgil.
How much, if I take another bit forward, am I still stuck in crowd? Or is it
Everyone is screaming and trying to run away, and the first few pews are now cleared by the second round.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I can get right up to him. I'm gonna just, as I get up to him, you just see out of both arms a pair of blades extend. The first one looks like a rapier.
Does it like your hand split and something comes out of it? Is it like a contraption that it comes into? In the throw of battle, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of like the arm lifts slightly and it's almost like spring-loaded and Cool.
out.
Yep.
Also, he's prone, isn't he?
Yes.
That should have been with advantage.
Yes.
That's
And you
more.
definitely get sneak attack.
Oh yeah, I do have sneak attack at level 1. Wait. Okay, so 18 to hit
That's a hit.
for 11 points of piercing, plus sneak attack is only a 1. Nick attack arm blade is a scimitar. The other one comes out, so it's like the first one stabs and then the second one. Again, I should have rolled advantage and didn't. Especially because this also has Vex now. Hey, let's go, 21. And another 6 points of damage.
And the ghostly wisps of the essence fade away. In the open casket, you can still see Shadesh's body lying there, but it looks like he's been dead for a few days, but it looks completely drained of every kind of fluid or essence. It looks like almost mummified at this point. That is not natural.
I'm gonna retract the arms and then just go up to the coffin and just peer in just to double check and just put the main arm next to his head and just eject the rapier one more time.
Okay. You leave a large hole in his skull.
Satisfied, I just retract it one more time and walk away.
You do that, you hear the dog go. "Arr!"
I back away. I'm actually scanning what little of the crowd there is to see if I can see my charge or not.
Give me a perception check.
When it's not that important, I roll pretty good.
You do see them. They're heading out the northern entrance up here.
Is it really
No.
crowded between me and them still?
It's pretty thinned out now. Like even everybody who was around at the statues and doing other attendant stuff, they're all trying to get out of here.
All right. I would holler for them and try to catch up with them. If
Okay,
I can
could I get
their
every-
attention.
Could I get everyone to roll another perception check for me first, though?
All right, I was peeking my dog out. What are we rolling?
Perception.
No, I already used my good roll.
DC's only 12 on this one.
Still grossy shit.
I'm too focused on my charge.
I'm too focused making sure he's definitely dead.
Which, by the way, you're
Dylan-
getting a Warforged death glare from the other Warforged in the room.
No, he's just looking back at him and nods.
So, Del and Torque, you do hear more noise other than the crowd, but it's you hear bangs from the grates, and you hear other bangs from the doors down in the eastern corner here.
There's banging from these crates around the sarcophagus.
From the grates, yeah. They're not crates, they're grates that go into the ground. Let the
Yeah.
water run down.
Is there still a lot of water actively running down them?
It's raining and there's a giant hole in the roof.
Oh, okay.
So, like, there is rain constantly puddling down around here and running down through those grates.
Okay.
It's not really puddling up, though. It's like there's just streams that are regularly pouring in.
Yeah. Can I like try to look down the grate to see like if I could see anything down there that could be banging?
You can give me another perception check. Give it to me with disadvantage, though.
Okay. No. Come on. Alright, I just gotta roll 2.
That'll be enough of the first one.
Uh,
That is not.
well, with dash disadvantage, that only gets me to 11, so...
It seems like there's some flickery light down there, but you don't really particularly see anything. But you
Torque
still hear
just-
the, What about torches?
Torque just kind of looks at Virgil and says something along the lines of, I'll deal with you later. And
Thank you for your cooperation.
he is going to start making his way towards those southern doors where the noise was heard.
Was I able to get my charge's attention?
How old was your charge again?
Adult? Not
Uh,
ancient, like, I don't know, like 30s, 40s, I don't know.
Yeah, sure, you can get their attention as they're going out then, if you, like, yell over the crowd.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely yelling. Top of my lungs, sore throat if I have to. Yelling. And I start making my way to them.
Dog is now following Torque. Just by the way.
At this point, Virgil will hear, "You, dear, come help me."
Turn around and just looks towards the grandma and just heads in her direction. How may I assist?
Help me up. We're leaving.
Look confused. And just like,
Please.
there's like a slight head tilt and he just takes an arm out.
And yeah, so, like, I'm grabbing your arm as if for assistance, but, there's not a lot of weight in it.
Hmm.
And I almost start, like, guiding you back towards these doors.
Okay.
And I don't know,
Just
how-
lead on Macduff.
Okay, Torque, as you get closer to the doors, they are shaking every now and then, like something's banging on them from the other side.
Do they open inward or outward from me?
They open towards you.
Yeah, I'll just pull one of them open.
Okay. You have a friend.
Looks like a friendly friend.
We can maintain initiative order for this just for the sake of everything. We'll start at the top of the round though with Grand Glimmer.
Do I actually see this thing? From my view?
Torque, do you make a noise when you see this thing?
I do not.
It is a, like, clearly undead shambling zombie type thing.
I was gonna say, if it's undead and it smells at all, I probably go, "Rawr."
I would raise my maul.
Okay. Then I suppose I'll let go of Virgil's arm, and with quite a bit more haste than you might have expected, since I was kind of leaning into you, move over a few squares, 20 feet, whatever, and then can I get the zombie to give me a wisdom save, please?
Oh, they're great at those. That would be a 7.
Good. As I cast Toll the Dead, and again, when I strike the staff down, it does produce more of a bell-like sound. Nice, max damage. Though I'm not sure how good necrotic will work against these things.
Necrotic seems to work just fine.
Cool.
Level 1. Level 1.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Torque.
I had forgotten to mention, but I would have been using my bonus action through the time to maintain my rage.
Sure.
And step forward and smack it in the face. 20 to hit.
It is a zombie. It has an AC of 8.
Alright, 9 bludgeoning. And I need a con save. DC 13?
No, you don't.
No.
You created its skull.
Okay.
You do hear a lot more moaning and shuffling around down through the stairs below you, though.
Yeah, I would just start moving in.
And how about the rest of you?
I'll follow him on my turn, yeah.
We're going to change maps so we can go out of initiative here.
Yeah.
For a moment.
Is there, I know people had been emptying and or are emptying. Is there, like, a set of priests or something anywhere, a figure of authority?
You can see a couple of attendants just outside the doors here. They're
Okay.
trying to make sure that everybody gets out okay. You also hear them like screaming for the guards, and there's people are like slamming bells. You also, as you're getting close to the doors, you hear other bells going off from across the city.
I'm also currently talking to a priest.
Oh, okay.
I will watch the other two dash down there and just like tilt my head confused.
They're fixing a problem. Go help, dear.
And do I notice what's going on at the door or anything?
It's very clear, yes.
Okay.
You see the Warforged just like turn his head and look at you and go, "My directive was elsewhere, but seeing as they assisted me, I see it only fair to return the favor." And just slowly walk my way in their direction with no sense of urgency.
Endis, is it safe to assume that my charge would basically like shove me in that direction and tell me to go play paladin?
Yeah, they'd be like, this is what you were trained for.
This is the whole reason you exist.
I do the whole like throw my maul on my shoulder, and I'm not running. I'm walking at a casual pace to catch up with them, or and go their general direction. I don't know that I'll catch up with them, but
Are you muted at this?
Why am I muted? Second, we're switching maps, so I have to make sure these tokens are in the right spot. That should shift everybody over to the new map. And you should only be able to see down the one hallway that we've got there, right? Right at the base of the stairs?
I can see like the shape of the rest of the room, but I can't see what else is there besides the two things at the end of the hall.
Like I can see, the general makeup of the whole map still, but no
Yeah.
lighting of like what's in there.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I can see the general makeup of the map, and I can see 2 zombies, but I can't see my teammates.
Yeah, this is the part where I wasn't sure was going to work perfectly, but it seems like it's working just fine.
So we
Good
shouldn't
that
be
you can't
each
see
other.
us.
I just lost my token.
How?
Where did your token go?
I haven't
your
touched it. I was
token
just zooming around what I could see.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
you were under Lyra for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I
Lyra.
can't see anybody but me on here, and my token seems to be wandering off.
Can
Well,
you see in the dark?
you don't have dark vision.
That is a good point.
That's a good point. If people haven't adjusted their things to share their vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still seeing the 2 zombies at the end of the thing, though.
They're very visible.
They
You
look
can
like,
absolutely
I
see
was
those
gonna say,
zombies.
those
Oh,
guys
right.
look like they're standing in light themselves.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The guy upstairs I had hidden until I revealed him. These guys, I'm just going by like visibility. The torches down here, like, do you guys pay any attention? Like, there are torches down here in the catacombs, but they're constantly flickering and they don't seem to have fuel or heat. There's continual flame type torches.
Perfect.
Steal, steal, steal.
No, this is exactly what I did on the first episode of his last game, was steal
Yeah.
an ever-burning torch or something.
Uh-huh.
These are like solid steel and firmly bolted to the walls.
Who's got a screwdriver?
You are a screwdriver.
I have.
Then
literally just
used
gonna
to
say
break
that.
things apart, right?
Yeah, no, I'm Roberto, not Bender.
Yeah, I guess we may as well start off with initiative here. Even though they're a little ways away.
So
They
we
clearly see
re-roll.
you. Yeah, we're starting over initiative here.
Slightly better than last time.
What the heck? Is the zombie already on here? Yes, it's died. It is. Okay, why is this not letting me draw squares? Sorry, I'm still figuring out which every button does to get who I want. The top of the initiative is Dell with a 19.
I'm gonna move out towards the zombies. It's about as far as I can go. Ooh, more friends! Yay!
Spoilers.
And I get out as far as I can, and I'm just like growling menacingly at them.
Okay, that brings us next to Torque.
All right. Torque will dash and bonus action to keep up his rage. And that's it.
Zombie turn. Zombie turn as they're staggering towards you. They definitely know you're there.
But I was so stealthy. And so was Torque.
And Virgil.
I'm also going to dash, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and I will bonus action extend my arm blades.
Okay. Zombie's turn. And next is Lyra.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay, his turn. And next is Gravic Liver's turn.
I will just move. No, can't do that, can I? 1, 2, 7. Nope, that is still too far away, I believe. Yes. So, I will hold an action to fire a cantrip if a zombie gets within reach to the people up front, I guess.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
So my trigger is basically if one comes into range.
Okay.
Right now they're 75 away from me and just need 60, so.
Then the next is going to be other zombies. Is that one there? Yeah. And top of the round again to Dell.
Sweet. I can get up there. I'm going to bite at the guy. Oh, that's an 8 to hit.
Their armor class is 8.
Hey! Awesome. Okay. So, that'll be 3 points of piercing damage, and it is prone. That's not gonna save.
So it was 3 damage. Where's Paul? Okay, that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Then that brings us to Torque.
Alright. Torque's gonna come up here and whack at the zombie on the ground. I think a 21 will hit.
Yeah, just a bit.
15 bludgeoning.
Okay, it's hurt real bad. It's doubled around your maul, but it's still not quite dead.
Alright, that's it for me.
Okay, and who's next? Oh, it's zombies. So his health handled. Well, I can pop out zombie block. That's much better. That guy can get close enough to take a swipe at Torque. AC 18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Unfortunate. 6 bludgeoning damage.
I'll take 3.
That is his turn. And the guy on the ground is going to drag himself back up off the ground for half his movement, and then take a swipe at Dell. That looks bad. AC 9. Pretty sure it's a miss.
The miss.
Okay, and next up is Virgil.
Okay. Won't be able to get in melee, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you know what? I'm going to spend, considering I have nothing else to spend my action on, so I might as well just dash and get up to this one. I'm going to flank it from the other side. And that'll be my turn.
And the range on your thing was 60 feet, right?
30
Radix?
feet.
Yeah, mine is 60 feet, so I'm still not there.
Yeah, I'm just double checking, make sure I'm not forgetting you.
Nope, I would chime in, but yeah.
And Virgil, you're not attacking this round?
I can't, because I used my action to dash.
Sure. Just confirming.
So I've nothing I can really use my bonus action on, so...
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I have to use a main hand attack to use my offhand attack for 2-weapon fighting. I just want to give this thing something else to chew on.
I forgot that cunning action wasn't until level 2.
Pardon? Oh, yeah. I don't get dash cunning straight away. Would be nice, but not yet.
You may get there this session. Lyra, it's your turn next.
What level do I need to be for cunning action dash?
I'm gonna go ahead and dash. I'm gonna park myself right there. That's my turn.
You need 1 level.
Just enough. So, Grandma Glimmer, you see this ghostly spirit thing come right out of the wall in front of you.
That's not good. So I'll go
Give a
ahead.
rated action.
Yeah. So it can give me a wisdom save.
Okay, that's a 15.
Okay, then it succeeds and takes no damage.
Okay. That is the end of its turn, and I don't think it has anything. Nope, only a melee attack, so that's nothing to do to you. It is your turn, though.
Okay. As soon as I see it kind of resist my spell, I'll say, "Oh no, we're not doing that." And I'd like to have it give me another wisdom save, please.
That's a 18. Sorry.
That's too bad. That was Tasha's hideous laughter. So that will be well, I guess I could move to get closer to people. That would make sense, right? Nope, not one way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would be my turn.
And that's the end of that turn. So Divine Favor would be off now, Lyra. It's 2 rounds here. So
Copy.
it brings us to the top of the round with Dell.
All right, I'm gonna bite at the one in front of me again. He stood back up, right?
He did. He is not good. He's falling apart.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Okay, so how badly do you want to maul this guy?
Can I like bite him in the face and like rip his head off, basically?
Sure.
Zombie. Yay.
And 1 hit point left.
And then as I saw, like, it sounded like Grandma was fighting something behind us, so I actually wanted to like carry the skull with me and go back towards her a little bit, and then like kind of drop it at her feet and just be ready.
Okay.
I
Torque.
brought you a present.
Alright, Torque will take a swing at this other lovely friend and miss horribly and call it a day.
They have an AC of 8.
An AC of 8 is a hit.
Yeah, I hit with an 8, so.
I did not think rolling a 3 would do it. I forgot about them
Yeah.
having no AC. Then 12 bludgeoning, and I need a DC 13 con save.
That is a fail.
He is prone. And that is my turn.
Sorry, making sure the damage applies properly for some reason it wasn't. Okay. Which zombie is that? Thank God for the ping button on this. Okay, that's the one that's fighting Torque. It's going to stand up from prone. Why will the prone tag not go off?
I was having that issue a lot too. I never could figure out why.
I went in to do it again and it came off, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to take a swipe at the guy who just tried to hit him. Or just did hit him. No, that's probably not going to hit, I don't think. AC 12. Torque?
Nope.
That is a miss. E3 is dead. Virgil, it's your turn.
You're muted.
I'm going to stab him in the back of the head with an arm blade. 15 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's 5 plus 5 for sneak attack for 10 damage.
So a total of 10?
Yeah. Is he still up?
I have to check a stupid zombie thing, which is rolled in that one, so no, it is not up.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and use my offhand nick attack.
You're
this guy.
standing in a pillar.
Pardon?
You're standing in a pillar.
Oh, sorry. There. I'll go around it. Offhand scimitar. And I've fixed the modifier now so it won't add my... Yeah, it's probably going to be... Oh! That's a 9. It looked like a 2. 14 to hit.
That's it.
And this shouldn't add my modifier now. If it does, just ignore it. 3 slashing damage.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
And that brings us to Lyra, who has 2 zombies looming towards her. The one's just
Fantastic.
distracted.
That's the position I like to be in. Alright. Alright, let's hi-ya this guy. Maul to the face. 14 to hit.
Yep.
14 bludgeoning.
Oof, that's not going to be easy.
That's a big roll.
And
He is still up.
a Constitution saving throw. DC 13. Because all of the prone.
That's AC. That's a 21 that he rolled for that.
He sucks.
I rolled an 18. Sorry.
Well, he still sucks. Considering the position I'm about to be in, so what I'm doing, I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself. What Virgil sees is I like glow in like a yellow light for half a second. Just like this quick like sheen just like absorbs into my armor.
Virgil takes this in as a... V13 takes... V3L takes this in as a new experience he has never seen before. Makes note to ask about it later.
And that is my turn.
Weird ghosty dude is going to swing into action And Graham Glimmer tried to do something to it, so it's going to go after her first. Ooh, AC 18.
Yep.
That is 11 necrotic damage.
I'm down. Level 1 wizard things, I mean.
Okay, so that's your turn next, so let's get a death saving throw.
Let's go. What is it? Just a d20, right?
10 or higher to save.
Oh.
Well, that'll work.
Back up to 1 health.
And
Hey.
I stand up.
Up again.
Okay, so I get 1 healing from that.
Does that use your action though?
No.
I don't think that wakes you back up again, though.
You know,
It
it's
does,
stabilized.
doesn't it? Or is that
I think
2014
that's-
rules?
I think that's 2014 rules. Let me just double check, though. Why do you give me the legacy option first?
If your character rolls a 20 on a death saving throw, they gain 1 hit point, which removes the unconscious condition. Seeing as you start your turn by making a death saving throw, this means you'll pop back up with your action, bonus action, and movements at your disposal.
Oh, so they didn't change it.
Yeah,
That's the stupidest rule.
at
It
least
really
that's
is.
what I'm seeing so far.
I know
I'm
they
not-
talked about changing it. I guess that's why I'm getting confused, as they were
Yeah,
talking about
like
it.
I personally believe that should absolutely like eat your turn or something, but
It's fine. I'm not trying to pressure anything on this.
no, it's okay. I
But that
think
was your turn, because that saving throw happens at the end of it.
the
No,
death-
it's out of it.
The beginning.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's what he just
So-
read. That's why we're like, that's dumb.
Okay.
So you hit your head really hard, but that sort of knocks some sense back into you.
You just
Yep.
bounce straight back up. Yeah.
Then
I'm just double checking that's absolutely right.
I am going to cast a spell. Specifically, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and then suddenly Dell and this thing see a big rock right in front of it.
Literal.
So over top of yourself.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Wait, so like, is the rock where you were and we can't see you now, or is that what?
Since you guys have never seen me do this, yeah, you would not see me. You just see a rock.
Okay, that's what I was trying to make sure I understood right. Cool.
Can get to it. Back there. There's more targets. And they're done. Evans is going to Lyra. That is a 1. But it can't reach you, so it's fine. And the one who's nearly dead is going to take a swing at Lyra, who's almost killed him.
Sure.
That is a 5.
Miss.
I will assume that misses.
My AC is currently 20.
Okay, top of the
It
round with
was
Del again.
almost a hit. Like it was very close.
It was so
Quarter.
close.
All right, I'm gonna take a bite at Ghosty. Oh, that would be a 24 to hit.
That's definitely gonna hit. Where is his stat block? Yeah, he's only got an AC of 11.
Okay.
He's not armored like the
Yeah.
Shadesh Shade was.
That's 3 points of piercing. If he can be prone, he's prone. I don't know.
He is immune to being prone.
Alright. Bonus action, I'm going to disengage.
He also did not seem to take much damage from that attack.
Okay.
He's resistant to slash, whatever level piercing. He's
It's piercing, yeah.
Yeah.
I get back over at Torque and I'm just like barking the other way, like bark, bark. Trying to get his attention, basically. That's it.
I laughed that you left Grandma right there.
She's a rock. As far as I know, she's fine.
Next up is Torque.
Well, someone's gotta save Gam Gam.
She's a rock.
So I'm gonna run over and try to hit that one.
Very,
8.
you also don't see me, so.
So is that 8 to hit? That's a miss.
Yeah.
All we saw was Gam Gam go down and then suddenly a rock appears where she was. It's like, wow, instant grave.
And yeah, that's it for me.
He's already in the catacombs. Okay,
Shit, we're at Bloodborne.
that one's gonna go for Lyra. Woohoo! Decent roll, AC 14. That's a miss.
Swing hard, come on.
That one's dead. That one's dead. And it brings us to Virgil again.
Okay, seeing as the paladin with the glowy trick seems to be handling these just fine, I'm going to step up to this other one and intercept it. So, first off, I'm going to rapier to the face. 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's 8 damage, and then Nick attack with Vex gives me advantage on the offhand. And my dice just froze. There we go. 21 on the offhand for 4 plus sneak attack. 6 points of damage.
You said 6 total?
6 total, yeah, 4 plus 2. Having Vex on your main hand and then having a Nick that automatically triggers your own sneak attack is genius. I love it.
Certain bad, but he's still up. One more staggered in from the far north. And that brings us around to Lyra.
Hiya, this guy. Nope.
That is a miss with a nat 1.
I'm gonna say that even though it's a miss, she does it really smoothly, just swings them all back around and readies to go again. And yeah, I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. Well, someone came over to try and mess with the ghost, so the ghost is going to try and mess with them. Why do I keep rolling so high on you? It's AC 22.
Yeah, you
Or-
can stop that. That's a hit.
I assume this is gonna hurt. 14 necrotic damage.
I'm down.
And that brings us to Grandma Glimmer,
Well, crap.
who just watched the nice boy come to try and save her and get knocked down.
Does the rock roll away?
No.
I'm just curious.
Rock and roll invented canon.
As Torque goes down, Glimmer just hears, "Save yourself, Cam Cam."
Can I mean, I know I'm in this thing, but can I try to use the hide action? Like, I don't know if I'm truly hidden or if it, like, knows where I'm at because of the whole illusion interaction thing.
Right now, you're underneath an illusion, and it has no reason to disbelieve the illusion.
Right.
So, like, you're not hidden. If you do anything, it'll notice that you're there.
Right. Then I am going to hold my action for a trigger. The trigger will be like if it moves away from me to engage someone else, I will fire at it.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Yeah, the one that was attacked, that Virgil just attacked, is going to attack back. AC 12. And that makes this the last of the zombies, which is the one between the two of you, who's going to go after Lyra. And that's an AC of 9, which I assume misses.
Whee! Yeah.
Top of the round with Dell again. Bestest dog ever.
I'm gonna go up here and attack this guy. That's an 11 to hit.
That's a hit.
Wow. 2 points of piercing damage, and he's prone. I am also, Lara, this is gonna be weird for you. But you swear... Huh?
He's not prone, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Awesome. Lara, you
sorry,
swear...
I have the wrong one I was thinking of, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that one. I'm on the one that hasn't been attacked yet.
Yeah, I just had the thing on the wrong one, so all of a sudden I thought it was, oh, she hit the one that has no hit points left.
Yeah. I just want to shout out, Lyra, the real threat is the ghost, the way we came. And, like, if you look over your shoulder, you'll swear the dog said it.
I do a quick glance and I'm like, I just like freeze, like, where'd this dog, like, my brain's being like, where'd this dog come from? Who let a dog in here? I go right back to my focus.
After that, it's Torque, so we have to get another death save.
Another nat 20. Let's do this.
Be hilarious. It's a save.
Save.
So the prone guy is going to get up. And he's going to take a swipe at Lyra.
Whee!
It's a good roll, AC 18.
Nope.
Because she cast the +2.
Absolutely. Because I'm not an idiot.
Dead, and Virgil.
This is some solid tanking you're doing, by the way.
But I'm built for. You know that whole, you were made for this, go be a paladin. Yep, here we go.
Virgil, your turn.
Okay, swing on the one on the left that I hit last round. That's a 10 to hit. Ooh, 4 points of damage.
That drops it.
Okay, and then I will swing around and scimitar the other one in the back of the head. Don't get vexed, but I will get sneak attack. That definitely hits. For a combination of 5 plus... Oh, why am I rolling good bludgeoning? Ignore that. 5 plus... Well, it's a 1 anyway. So 6 points of damage.
They both had 1 health, so...
Okay. I'm just looking at like where the voice came from, and I know it's not the paladin that was next to me, and I'm like looking at the dog.
They're like behind the paladin.
And I'm like, do canines normally bark around here? Curious. I'm going to use my... Oh,
sorry, I thought you were done.
no, I haven't done my movement yet.
I'm jumping ahead, sorry.
Well, in that case, I'm going to engage him anyway, so... Trying to cut them off at the pass.
And you're not making any kind of attack on him?
I can't, I need both my attacks.
He's going to take the opportunity to go after the easy target. Oh, that was on an 18 and it rolled over to a 2. AC 5.
No. The easy.
And that brings us to Lyra again.
Whee! I'm gonna turn and hit this guy. Nat 20.
Before you roll damage, we'll be like, how do you want to do this?
Oh, this is a total like think baseball swing across and then down into the ground. Just smash the head straight into the floor.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he sort of starts to stumble forward to take a swipe, and your hammer hits him, and he like literally flips up where his like legs go into the air when his face hits the pavement.
Love it.
I was thinking like head into neck, neck into chest, like accordion folded.
And I'm gonna take a moment, because I'm assuming now he's dead, to assess. I don't see any other guys on the map other than the one that Virgil is engaged with, and the one that Glimmer and Torque are engaged with. So I want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Those are the only 2 you see right now.
Okay. So I look at the dog, and I look towards the like Torque and Glimmer, and I'm like, friggin' paladin duties. And I like storm over towards the downed Warforge and Rock. Is Glimmer still a rock?
Yeah, you have no idea
Yeah.
where Glimmer is.
Yeah, so the large rock that wasn't there, I guess I don't think it was there when we came in. I don't know. Can I stand right there next to the torch?
Yeah, the torches are high up.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'll park myself right here, and can I bonus? I can bonus action. And I'm gonna... so I'm gonna do lay on hands on Torg. It says I can touch, and I don't even, like, bend down to touch him. I, like, nudge him with the side of my foot. And I give him 10 hit points.
Hey, get up, kick.
I don't even say anything, I just nudge. Like, side of my foot.
Are you
Focus
still
on...
alive?
Yeah. Yeah, like, we'll go with that, like, I'm checking to see if he's alive or not. Whoops. Gave him 10 hit points.
You literally booted him up.
Yeah, he
And that's your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Did you need to dash to get over there?
I think it was
No.
exactly 30 feet.
It was exactly 30 feet, yeah.
You still have an action then.
She used the action to smite the
I killed that guy.
zombie.
Oh,
Yeah, I
right, yeah,
critted.
of course. Oh, I totally forgot that you'd just done that in the start of your turn. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was like, hit the ghost, but never mind.
Well, Lyra's up and posing a threat, and Torque's still on the ground, so it's going to go after Lyra.
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh, AC 20.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
I rolled like garbage. 8 necrotic.
80% of her hit points is you rolling like garbage.
It's okay.
He did. What was it? 150% of mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
It's-
it was.
It's 3d6.
He could actually insta-kill you if he rolled well enough.
Yes.
Okay.
He needs
was his
15, so 16 of 18.
Grab a glimmer, it's your turn. Oh, your ready to action did not go off because he didn't actually get an opportunity
Yep,
to move.
correct. I was monitoring that, so I will.
I was fully going to charge somebody, but then everybody charged him.
Yep, that's to be expected. So. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to exit my rock from the backside. I'm not sure if that interaction will cause the other side to be eliminated or whatever.
You have now interacted with the illusion, so it now knows that it's an illusion, but it won't get an attack of opportunity on you
Yeah,
because
because it
you're
didn't
out the
have
far side.
vision of me. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to target like. Now this spell says a point within range, and I'm not sure if that actually means the intersection or a square itself for acid splash. But more or less, I'm intending on firing past it so it doesn't hit my.
Is it a 5-foot radius?
Yes.
Then it's a. What is talking about the intersection?
Then yeah, I'll do the intersection at like right here or something.
Sure.
And it can give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
It is not great at those. Ooh, I rolled a 2, so that's definitely a fail.
Cool. It can take 4 acid damage.
That does not seem particularly effective.
Excellent.
It is
That would be-
resistant.
I will take resistant over like what I would guess my other spell would be immune to. So that'll be my turn.
Okay, that zombie's dead, that zombie's dead, and top of the round with the towel.
Yay. I'm gonna go up here and attack this zombie. Oh, that's a 10 to hit. Yay.
Yep.
That'll be 5 points of piercing damage. Is it still
5.
up?
Yeah, that was the first time it's been hit.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to also disengage. Back here.
Does your attack auto prone it again?
Oh, yeah, it does prone it. I forgot. Sorry.
No, it's just, it's useful for me to know.
Yes. I forgot about that part.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
And Torque, it's your turn. Lying on the ground.
I am going to stand up and rage again and swing at the ghost. 14 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
11 bludgeoning.
And it's
And
just a
you-
regular model you're using, right?
Yeah. And you had said before it's immune to prone, so that's it for me.
That was 10 damage, you said?
11 bludgeoning.
11? Oh, yeah, okay. That does not seem particularly effective.
As
Okay,
in
but
it
after
still
that-
does something, or as in it did nothing?
It's resistant. It's not immune.
Okay.
Less
Dead, dead,
effective
dead.
than you would think, basically.
Yeah, Virgil, it's your turn.
Okay. Take 2 swings into this one on the ground that's prone. This with the rapier. That's a regular hit, so that's 7 plus another 1 point of sneak. Why do I keep rolling 1s on my sneak attack? It's terrible. Offhand. It's also a hit for another 2 points of damage. So a total of 10 points of damage to it.
It manages to stay alive, but barely.
Also, as Del comes in and like bites it and knocks it to the ground and wanders off, he just turns and goes, "Good dog," and just carries on like stabbing at it. Yeah, that's my turn. I'm not going to move away from it, and I don't have a bonus action I can use.
Virgil, we have... I think that's the guy who's on the floor. That is. So he's going to get up. There needs to be a better way to toggle prone on and off. Give me a hotkey. And he's going to take a swipe at Virgil, since you're the only one right there. That could hit AC 19.
I'm going to ask you to roll with disadvantage. I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay. That's going to miss. That's an AC of 7.
God bless you, Wayfarer.
And next up is Lyra.
Alright. Gonna start my turn by healing myself. Because I'm not taking any chances. And then I'm gonna swing at Knucklehead here. Nat 20.
Stop creating my good mobs.
I don't want to.
Excuse me, this thing already dropped us twice.
Yeah, in one
Careful.
hit.
So how much damage is that going to be?
So 12 plus 8. So that's 20 bludgeoning.
Yeah, it's going to be dead.
Fantastic.
Not as effective as you thought it would be, but more than enough.
I smite the evil.
I want to like wedge it like I don't know, like, is there any structure to this thing when it dies, or is it just like cloth that hits?
It's more like when you slash through it with the maul, it's more like it tears, tatters through it, and it just sort of can't pull itself back together again.
Okay, because I was like, I kind of want to like swing and try to like anchor it into the wall over here, and just have like fabric hanging off of that.
There won't even be enough, like the fabric's going to dissolve into nothingness.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna wipe the whatever fabric's left on my maul, and look around to see if there's anything else to attack.
There's the one guy that Myrtle is still fighting.
It's barely hanging on.
I literally, like, I look at Torque, and I look at the rags that have just dissolved into the floor, and then I look back behind us towards the dog, and I see Virgil still fighting this thing, and I'm like, I'm just like shaking my head, like, You haven't finished it yet? And again grumble, start making my way back. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I do, like, with my right hand, reach over and, like, pat the dog on the top of the head. Because everybody loves a good dog. And then I go, that's my turn. That's the end of it.
Okay, big guy's down. That brings us to Glimmer.
Okay. I'll go over to Torque with my non-ruler tool. Give him a touch on the arm. Say, thank you for the help. And I reach my hand out towards the zombie over there, and I would like it to please give me a wisdom saving throw, please. All pleases.
What, the zombie? Give me a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
They don't do wisdom saving throws.
Good.
That is a total of 11.
Cool. Fail. So I'm casting Toll the Dead, but for some reason the thing doesn't allow me to do the D12, so I'm going to just manually roll one.
It's not going to matter.
Excellent. Well, yeah, like, as I'm, like, hand on Torque, and I'm saying thank you, I just extend my other hand back and, like, close it, and I'm gonna just say it, like, falls apart.
Hey, and we are officially out of initiative.
It falls down and just arm blades back in. Turn around.
I do the, like, quick, like, the batter swing of the maul, with my maul. I'm like, alright. I'm out of here.
What
You guys
is...
do notice in the aftermath of this, like, there are, like, some coffins here that have been exploded open. There's also a couple bodies of attendants that were down here, probably the shouts that you heard originally.
Is there any other sound of anything else shuffling around down here?
I'll give you a perception check. Everybody's breathing pretty heavy. So.
Ooh, that's a 23.
Yeah, all you can hear is your friends here
Okay.
breathing heavily.
Cool. I will sit down and then wait, expect.
You guys
I
are just sitting, collecting your breath? Or...
Nope, I'm leaving. I'm out.
As you're making your way there, you'll hear a voice shouting down the stairs. Anyone alive down there?
Yes, but we're supposed to be.
Woof, woof, woof.
Whatever the dog said.
Anything else down there that shouldn't be?
Not now.
To our knowledge, we have cleared everything.
Then you better come up.
Like, he says you better come up, I'm already up at the stairs.
As I get up to Gamma, I'm gonna, like, offer my arm out again for her one more time to take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this time definitely giving some weight to it.
How much does she actually weigh? Much?
No, 100 pounds.
Would you care for further assistance?
Thank you for the offer, but realize that is not a respectful thing to ask.
And do I recognize the person at the top of the stairs?
Keep walking.
You do not. I will get to that in a second. I'm literally just trying to drop a token.
No, you're good.
image that I thought I had in my file. It's not in there. There it is. Go up the stairs and you see a middle-aged blonde guy in the very well-known Tabard of the Red Lions. And there's a bunch more troops behind him in similar getup that he's, as you guys come up, he'll gesture for you to come out, and he'll gesture them in to clear the place.
I pull my Dol Aura symbol out from underneath my armor to have it sitting on top of my breastplate.
Alright, all my windows got screwed up. Fix. He'll back up to let you guys out, and he'll give you, Lyra, a nod. But he'll like gesture for you guys to gather up with him out and let his people down there.
On the way out, want to pick up one of the like bones and just like gnaw on it a little bit.
That probably belonged to a humanoid.
Probably.
Just saying.
Very definitely. One of the people who were recently about to be buried.
So like, I see her. I see the dog with the bone, and I do one of the like. I like tap the top, like the top of the head, and I'm like, "That's not for eating."
Fur?
Human.
Oh.
Don't. Humans are friends, not food.
Spits it out.
And I kick it away. Big exasperated sigh. I'll turn to the guard. Did everyone make it out?
Seems like everyone up here made it out. I understand that there are some casualties down below, most likely, given what you were going down there to deal with.
The guards didn't make it, but the undead didn't make it either.
We've had a rash of similar attacks across the city. The Lions are dealing with it, but you have our thanks of the Duke for handling this here.
What happened?
We
Who
don't know.
moved me?
I'm trying to move you because you're talking to him.
He's way up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yes,
not.
and he
Oh.
he would have expected you to come out of there and let his people in so that he could have a conversation.
Oh, I was trying to sound like beside-ish him.
Sorry, he was up here by the entrance, holding him back to make room for everybody.
That's okay.
This is above and beyond what we would expect our local civilians to handle. You are due some kind of reward. The Duke would like you to accept his graceful accommodation at one of the local inns nearby. We may have additional need for your services if this gets worse and you seem to be capable. And right now, and we need to do something to provide recompense to you for what you've done here. And I don't have that on me though, so we'll have to arrange that, and that would be convenient if I knew where to reach you for that. So we'll cover the cost of the inn, unless you have places you live in town.
I'm at
But
the
even so,
temple.
Your offer is acceptable.
You can find me at the temple.
which temple was this again?
Alara.
Well, that's here.
square.
Okay. Well, the inn that I'm tasked to put you up at is just across the square. It's not far.
I can accept that.
I won't be long. I should be back in the morning when we get some more of a handle on what's going on here and figure out if this is just a one-off attack or if there's something more going on. Do any of you have urgent business elsewhere that would require you to leave?
Not the town.
Like, we're seeking to reward you. This isn't meant to be an imprisonment or anything like that, but I don't have the cash on me to make it up to you at this point, is all.
I turn and look at the dog.
Herm?
And, hold on. I want to make sure I do this right. Where's the... Arlie, I cast Mind Link.
Okay.
And I'm
What
like,
is that?
basically, we can talk telepathically for an hour.
Oh, okay.
I look at the dog and I'm like Mind Link. Oh, hold on. I have to turn my video on for this. Because Scylla appreciate this. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not really a dog, are you?
I mean, and then like as she's thinking. I mean, she like jumps in a circle and wags her tail.
You like
Eventually-
being a dog, but you're not really a dog.
Yeah.
I
I was
mean,
mentally picturing Dell responding with just a mental telepathic spoken bark.
Right. I want to make sure you get paid if you're not actually a dog.
You can hold on to my reward.
Okay. What do I call you?
Dell.
Fantastic. And I turn and look at the dog at the guard, and I'm like, did you say a name of the inn, or did you just say the inn across the square?
I didn't say the name of the inn, and now you're going to make me name a random inn out of the top of my head.
The Red
And it
Wagon.
didn't work out well the last time I did this.
I'll name it for you. Red Wagon. It's the Red Wagon Inn.
There we go, the Red Wagon.
I'm really good at naming inns. That's the only thing. NPCs, I flunk.
Mhm.
All right, come on, Del. Let's go.
Trots over, wagging tail.
We start. I just escort Del out into the square.
I nod at the captain guy and just leave towards the inn where he said he'd to go.
Taking Gam with you?
And as you're leaving, he's like, my name for the future is Captain Blackhouse. I'll be Mr. Wall.
And yeah, I'm like the last as he's like yelling out past everyone, and I say, give him the tap on the arm. Thank you, young man. Very kind.
Ma'am.
Is there like a squire or somebody in the square that I can send to my charge to let them know where I am? That I'm okay, basically.
Sure, you're working
Yeah.
at the temple, so any of the people are starting to come back in now. Like, they're being watched by the guards, but they're just outside.
Right, but like the guy I was supposed to be with wouldn't normally stay here. So I wanted to make sure. Basically, I just want to make sure he knows, like, I survived. I'm fine. Here's where you can find me.
Yeah, they'll be able to send the message out and find them.
Cool. Then I would do that, and then go to the inn.
What's Torque up to?
Torque is actually spending a couple extra minutes grabbing the sarcophagus lid that got blown off and dragging it back over, and kind of probably struggling based on how much those things weigh to get it back on top of the
So say, what is
sarcophagus.
your strength?
17?
Give me a strength check.
Push pull or push drag lift of 510. Strength check 15.
You're able to get it up there pretty easily with a little bit of leverage. And
Yeah, so I will make sure that's back in place and everything that might have been on top of it. Anything I can kind of put back in place, I'll do, and then I will turn and leave also.
Okay. Of course, I did not set up an inn or tavern map, but that's where you'll be heading.
I need to wander away to refill my drink, but I can still hear.
Well, we're about to take a bit of a break. While we're on the break, everyone can level up. Yes, we're going to do the level up in the middle of a session.
That's
Is that-
okay.
Good thing that there's not a
Rapidly-
lot. But I'm assuming no long rest.
You'll get a long rest after all this, because like you'll be doing RP, but I don't have anything established for the next until the next day.
Yeah.
So it's going to be basically like getting to know each other, RPing if
It's
you want
fine,
to, and
yeah.
then we'll pick up. So you'll get the
Okay.
long rest there.
Okay. All right, sounds good. I'm gonna go get a refill too.
Okay, we'll catch back up in say 10 minutes or so, giving you guys time to for the level up stuff and all that. it up. There would be one of the red lions who trailed along behind you and would go over and arrange rooms for the night. Do you guys have any particular standards, or like, would you be wanting like individual rooms, or would you be fine bunking up?
I'll
Like,
share
not
a
bad
room with
rooms,
a dog, and that's it.
let's say
Yay.
individual rooms then, sure.
I was gonna say I don't have any standard of quality I need.
I'm a warforged. You could put me in a supply closet, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out in the corridor.
So we're gonna
Like-
find them sleeping, quote unquote, sleeping at a table.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like in front of one of our rooms, just like keeping watch.
Yeah, well, we're not there yet. As I'm assuming, is Torque actually sitting? Okay. Hold on, making sure that I'm saying this right. I saw what you did to the Major. Was he someone you knew?
You could say that.
That is what I was asking, yes.
I actually ran his household. I'm his seneschal.
I see. My, sympathies. Now, I moved here years ago, but was he in town? Living here?
DM.
Yeah, he's a local resident.
Okay.
He was part of the Red Lions.
Got it. And to be clear, we still have not seen Dell in non-dog form, correct?
Correct.
Not unless Dell has wanted to, no.
No. And I
Okay.
think I'm gonna mix up your name. Lyra, not Lyra, Lyra.
It's actually Lyra.
Oh, it is Lyra. Yay. All right. Lyra, I think is the only one like that has specifically heard her talk. Virgil might have kind of heard it like behind her, but not like, I don't know, within the battle if he would have realized it or put it together or whatever, but I've only specifically spoken to Lyra.
And I'm telling nobody. I do like wave down like a barmaid, matron, whatever. I order meat for myself, and I specifically request a fresh beef soup bone for the dog. And then
Barks in appreciation when you ask for that.
I look across to Glimmer, and I'm just kind of like shrugging, like I don't know what they would want, if they would want. So like, do you imbibe?
As in alcohol?
Correct.
Oh, yes, but, you'll forgive me that, I need... Not today, thank you.
What is
And
he
I'll
called?
just ask the whoever for, like, a tea or something.
The waitress will point out that it's a ham stew that's on offer today. So is a ham bone okay?
It appears so. And I would love some stew. Rumor has it, I believe you guys make some of the best stews in the area.
Anyone else for stew? Shall mess around at the table. Or drinks?
Do Warforged drink? And I'm like looking between the two of them.
Swan does not require sustenance to continue.
We can, but it's not needed.
The
Do you
purpose
want
is
to?
purely recreational.
I want nothing.
I will be fine, thank you.
Very well. If you do want anything, just give a shout and let us know. And just take the rest of everybody's orders.
So I look across the table. So why were all of you at the funeral? Or rather, I was looking at the two humanoids.
Me and the dog?
Technically, Warforged are considered humanoids, but
At least
Maybe
humanoid
it's
one
like-
hears the talk.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
I was on guard. My guardian was in attendance.
I had been given instruction to attend and ensure that Major Shadesh was truly dead.
As opposed to him faking his death?
Considering the circumstances we found, I find that order rather curious now.
Who gave you that order?
That I cannot tell you. On the grounds that I do not know.
Interesting. And you'll forgive me, I didn't catch your names earlier. It got a little chaotic. Also, thank you, dear, for putting down that awful shadow.
Great. I didn't give a name earlier, but Lyra will do.
Very pretty name, Lyra.
Was my mother's.
My name is Ilana, but most around town call me Glimmer.
Interesting choice.
It's not what I chose, but what I was given.
I do not have a name. I was designated Version 3 Reconnaissance Goal Singular Liquidation, or V3R-G1L for short.
Well, then, young man, we'll have to figure something out that is actually short.
Indeed, V3R-G1L for short.
I lean back and close my eye. I lean back against the wall behind me and close my eyes. I'm like scratching the dog's head and just like, nope. Mm-mm.
You see, that's nice, dear. And Lyra, is this yours? Gesturing to the dog.
I immediately mind link back with Del, and I'm like, how do you want me to answer that?
Ish. You can be honest, but not too honest.
Not mine, but I'm currently looking out for it.
How kind.
The voiceless need someone to watch over them, I guess.
I'm not spelling V3R-GIL in the notes, sorry.
G1L.
What?
G, the number 1,
Yes.
L.
Yes.
Just saying.
I mean, if you want the full name again, it's
Nope, not doing it.
Version 3
It's been recorded
Reconnaissance.
digitally, it's fine.
Version 3 Reconnaissance, goal singular liquidation.
Oy. How busy is the inn at this point? This hour?
It's not like terribly busy, but it is like 2 in the afternoon. So it's busy for 2 in the afternoon. There seems to be a pretty decent amount of traffic coming back and forth, but there's not a lot of like people sitting down having heavy meals or something like that. There's a few people having conversations on a couple other tables, and there's traffic coming in and out pretty regularly. A lot of whispered conversations in corners too. Are you trying to like overhear what other people are saying?
A little bit, yeah. I'm trying to just kind of... I'm trying to stay engaged with the people at the table, but my focus is not on on our conversation. It's definitely more on the room. I feel like I'm looking more like body language, and postures and things like that, and assessing for potential threats than I am for anything.
Okay. Do you want to give me an insight check?
Sure.
It seems most appropriate, given what you're describing.
18.
Most of the conversations seem to be very, very concerned and worried and afraid, a lot of it, too. Like, there's a lot of people hunched over, whispering across tables to each other, not really trying to not be overheard, but more like speaking what they're talking about out loud is frightening in and of itself.
We don't speak the name Voldemort. Got it. Okay.
You can pretty safely assume, given the reports of other attacks, that's probably the kind of stuff they're talking about. What the hell's going on right now?
Okay. Yeah, I do like just the I'm listening to the area and everything, and I like absent-mindedly like I'm toying with the amulet around my neck and just watching the area.
How long does the mind link last?
1 hour.
Cool. So I think to you, when there's a lull in the conversation of like, if you could ask Glimmer about how she turned into a rock in the middle of the fight, I guess, or something happened weirdly.
Turned into a rock?
Yeah, like she died. Well, went down and then popped back up, and then there was a giant rock there.
And you sure? Hold on. I get it. Okay. So I like lean up. I sit up from the wall and I lean forward and I have my forearms on the table. I heard you turned into a rock.
I'm sorry, dear. You must have heard wrong.
No. Heard very clearly. You turned into a rock. In fact, as I recall, I saw said rock when I arrived to take care of the... Did we ever determine what that creature was?
Which one?
The one that I shredded,
Ghosty thing.
the shredded fabric one.
Yeah.
It was a ghosty thing.
Okay, the ghosty thing. Yeah, the cloaked ghosty. You were a rock?
Oh, that.
That. What was that?
Not a rock, just a little bit of what do they call them? Trick. Like I pull a card out of my sleeve.
Illusion.
Yes.
I was gonna say
I
that
said
when she
Adele.
says illusion, the dog goes, oh, and then goes back to.
And again, you get the stare down, like.
We use words when we speak, not eyeballs.
I think she understands exactly what I'm saying.
Of course she does. Why wouldn't she? She's smart.
Yes. Very smart. And she'll do the same thing that you were doing, like arms on the table. And why were you at the funeral?
Me? Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the dog.
She looks at you, and, like cocks her head, and like stands up and does like a shake, like when a dog's wet, they're shaking everything off, and then looks at you to see if you got the idea.
See. You're oddly durable and capable for just someone looking to get out of the rain.
Yes. And he goes back to munching on the bone.
Like Dill huffs back down, and I use my foot and like nudge my maul out of the way so she doesn't run into it.
Oh, and I'm sorry, dear, and I put my hand on Tor's arm. I didn't get your name.
Player, not character. What?
I asked you, I didn't catch your name.
They, call me Torque.
This is fitting. I like it.
I'm sure I have a long, annoying designation, but we'll go with Torque.
You never knew it or you don't remember?
It's not important.
It should be important. Names actually do hold quite a bit of power.
It's not important.
That explains the barbarian punching holes in the wall.
When did the barbarian punch holes in the wall?
It didn't. It was...
Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I missed that.
Eee.
Some of you seem to take a great deal of damage in that fight. May I suggest rest?
You can suggest it, doesn't mean we'll listen. I take a huge swig of my mead.
Alcohol is known to impair senses. This is understandable.
I'm sorry. Did we ever get like a physical description of Lyra? If we did, I've forgotten. I'm sorry.
No, I never gave
I
it.
think I was the only person to describe myself.
Yeah.
I
Fascinating.
described what I looked like.
Yes.
I didn't because I literally gave like a photo.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's 5'6". She's young. She's only like 22 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Fair skinned. Her eyes are pupilless, and they're like white, like a silvery white. She has black hair, and at her brow, there's like white hair growing.
Huh.
And it's braided back. And then I'll share the photo with you guys.
Awesome. I know I briefly described the dog look, but it's basically an Irish wolfhound.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I will also just, for what it's worth, toss mine into chat too.
Oh, we're sharing photos.
Indeed. There you go.
Great. Yeah, I remember you posting that now. Oh. Awesome.
There's a couple of different ones I've got, but I'll go with this one.
I was gonna say, are both the Warforged made entirely like out of metal, or at least appear to be made out of metal?
Yes. Also, you notice there's like around the upper torso area, there's like faint whispers of smoke just emanating from like underneath the body.
All of the time?
Yes.
That's creepy.
Smoldering leather breastplate.
He appears to
And-
have a leak.
And the answer to that question for Torque is no. If you look at like the neck joint and under like the breastplate, there does appear to be some wooden components.
Oh, okay. But you're
Oh,
like wearing like armor basically over.
Yeah, I mean it's physically me, but yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get a photo that really picks it, but he's wearing a cloak that's like covering shoulders and back, so a lot of him's underneath that. And the joints have the smoke coming out of them, so you don't get as much of a clear visual.
I'm sorry, sir. You seem to have a smoking problem.
Sir, you'll have to take that outside. This is a non-smoking establishment.
Description for the wisps of harmless, odorless smoke rise from the armor while it is warm. And because you integrate the armor underneath your skin, so it's now coming from like within him.
Okay. I was just curious. Thanks.
No worries. Saved me some studded leather buying that.
Perhaps you're right, my friend, and rest might do me some good. Could you give me a hand getting upstairs?
Not start clapping, but certainly. Lead on. I just stand up and offer my arm again.
And I don't know if we need. Yeah, I can't tell if that's going upstairs or.
Do we know which is our room yet?
Yeah.
You're muted, Enders.
You're muted. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, the stairs are in the corner by the round carpet there. And I do have a map for the upper floor if everybody's going upstairs.
Have we been assigned a room yet?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if they'd already told us which room's ours.
Well, the guard paid for them and then said you could pick up your keys at the counter whenever you were ready.
I will go over the counter then first, like I'll make a detour with her to the bar. One requires rest. I believe we have a room reserved.
Oh, yes, you're with the group that helped out across the street. And he slides a bunch of keys over and says, take your pick. They're all single rooms.
I just take one key and hand it to...
Well, there's one double, and he puts that one to the side.
Yeah, I just let Glimmer pick hers, actually.
And grab one. The most interesting looking key. I'm sure they all look the same, but
They all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not one that's got a couple of scratches on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically.
A little bit more wear and tear.
Yeah, this is going to be like a multi-minute effort of.
Virgil is incredibly patient.
They do have slightly different time patterns at the end.
Sure. And eventually you pick one, yeah.
Do you know which door it opens? You can just see it trying every door with it now.
There are tags with numbers on them, and you
Yeah.
can assume numbers on the doors.
Oh no, what happened to Del? Oh.
It drops people in a random spot.
Yeah, you can assign coordinates where people appear in, but I had really hit or miss luck with that.
I literally threw this map on here during our break, so I'm not,
Yeah.
I think it's still doing stupid grid stuff. It is. Turn that off.
I absolutely I get a refill of mead on the way up. Like, I get my key, and I'm like, can you refill that for me?
They're perfectly willing to. And the rooms you've got keys to, there's 4 rooms total because they assume the dog's going to be with somebody. Whoever's got the dog, they figured they would take the double room. And the other 3 down here are the other ones.
I'm going to take a seat at this table here and just stay there. And use it to do power down.
We just suddenly hear.
Have a pleasant evening, everyone. Thank you so much for your company, and I'm so sorry this had to happen to all of us, but I'm sure we'll all feel better tomorrow. Nope, I'm a dog. I can't operate a key.
I know.
I unlock the door. I half kick it open so that Del can get through first, and
Yep.
I'd follow in behind her.
I go in to look to see which bed you're gonna take.
I was going to say, there is a spare room that I'm not occupying if you want a room each.
Dog with her own room.
Dog
Great.
pushes the beds together.
I have a king bed. I mean, I am like 4 foot tall, so.
Pick one.
As
I
a
don't
dog.
care.
As a dog?
Yeah, you said you're an Irish Wolfhound, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good size. She'll take this one and like she'll go in and burrow under the covers and go all the way to the end so that like her nose is sticking out at the end.
I like pat her head through the blanket, and like I'm sitting up in bed, drinking my meat.
It's
Uh,
bed beat. You have to have your bed beat.
I got a bedside table and everything. It's
I
perfect.
know. I was gonna say you have a table right there that you can put it
Yeah.
on when you're done. It's
I
Thought of
forgot to
everything.
mention at the start of tonight. I've only just got back from being down with family today, and I've just met my brother's new dog. And it's about 6 or so weeks old, and it's a cockapoo, and it's adorable.
I don't mind Link, but I just asked Dell, are you gonna stay a dog forever?
I mean,
Like, am I gonna wake up and you're not gonna be a dog and it's gonna scare the crap out of me?
oh no, I have to consciously choose not to be a dog. It can't just happen.
Okay, good. I just didn't want to wake up and have some dude in the bed across from me and then I hit you with a maul and then I'm like, crap, that was the dog.
Oh no, I'm a girl.
Oh, that's okay. That's better.
Yeah.
Less likely to hit you then.
Mhm.
Okay then. I like chug the end of the meat and like slam the tankard over and I'm like, all right, well, see you at breakfast. And I like not dive, but like slide under and just like up over.
Good night.
I don't take my armor off. Because I'm a weirdo.
This is like, I think it was in like 3.0 or something that if you slept in on armor, you got exhaustion or something crazy like that.
In the first version of 5.0, but I think it's changed it since. But in the first version, if you didn't take your armor off, you didn't get the full benefits of the long rest.
Well, someone did go through and actually debunk sleeping in armor was actually more
I think they've
comfortable
changed it.
than not
I think
sleeping in armor.
Right.
5.5e, but in original 5, you had to take armor off at night, and I hated it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
We get attacked in the middle of the night.
No, I want my long rest. I'm out of spell slots.
I'm keeping watch.
We are now all asleep. Doodly-doo-doo-doo.
No, actually, I got one. I got one back after a short rest.
Yeah, do I hear them talking in their sleep while I've just already rolled that perception check? Does anyone have nightmares?
You
Does anyone's characters talk in their sleep?
You absolutely are hearing Glimmer.
What, just full on snort?
No, it sounds like she's having a conversation with someone much younger than her.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that he would be able to hear anything from our room.
He
I
tried.
might snore some.
I've tried.
but-
I'm aware of the DC for your room.
You're aware of the DC for our room. Oh my.
The walls and doors are not that thin here. It's not easy to hear what's going on in other rooms.
So
You can
from
hear
our
noise.
room we can't.
Yeah, you can hear noise, but you can't quite make out what.
Okay. There's definitely noise coming from our room, but you can't
Yes.
make out what it is then.
Hmm.
How light of a sleeper is Dell?
Fairly.
Like, you're a fairly light sleeper or you're a fairly
Mhm.
deep sleeper?
Fairly light sleeper.
Okay. I don't know if I would wake you or not.
What are you doing?
Oh, I have nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know if she would actually wake you up or not.
I mean, if you're making noise, probably. Yeah.
Possible. Probably like mumbling, murmuring. Nothing nice coming out of my mouth.
Is it like waking up in a full-on scream nightmares, or is it just waking up in a cold sweat nightmares.
This would be a cold sweat nightmare.
I might try to nudge you awake if you're doing that. But like, uh-oh.
I have a roll for that, so we'll. Who knows what there could turn into like horrible nightmares, but
Okay.
but yeah, right now it's just like mumbling and like, yeah, like cold sweats and
Okay.
like restless feet.
I probably would let you be.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do before we fade into the morning?
I mean, I'd keep awareness of anything that moved past us, so I'll just, if anybody of interest walks by, I'll just make note of it.
I mean, there'll be a couple or other patrons that'll come up and stagger off to their rooms eventually, but nothing particularly out of the ordinary. Here's some of them crumbling, but there not being any single rooms left. Then everyone can get a long rest, which you may have already taken to recharge your stuff for leveling.
My luck point back.
Big level, 50% additional spell slots.
7 extra hit points, and I now can use bonus actions.
Reckless attack.
Oh no!
Also,
At least you
tons of
got a
hit
decent
points.
hit point total for it now.
Is everyone staying in their rooms, or are they going downstairs?
Yeah, I will wake up very early. Basically the crack of the sun.
I wake up first thing too, but I'll wait for Lyra.
Oh, I'm up before dawn.
I wait for like motion before I move.
Yeah, mechanically, 4 of the 5 of us only need this much sleep.
Yeah, I just need 6 hours where I'm motionless, but I'm awake the entire time.
I know I need 4, and I think Kalashtar are similar.
Yeah, it's not exactly that, but yeah.
Mm.
So, what time is the first of you going to be going downstairs?
You want an actual number?
Yes.
5 a.m.
Okay.
I don't know if Dell is up with me or not, but 5 a.m. I crawl out of bed.
I'll look at you and be like, oh, and follow you though. This
Are
is
you-
early.
Are you human or are you dog?
Still dog.
Still dog.
Yeah.
So like, I hear like the dog rumbling, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I mind link again. So like I can understand you again. And I total foot shuffle, like can barely lift my feet the whole way downstairs.
As you guys walk past, Virgil just stands up behind you and is like, "Good morning."
Too early. Shut up.
I think too, this is an indecent time in the morning to be awake.
I need something. Maybe
I
tea.
have detected the smell of food downstairs.
Great, so you have nostrils then. Olfactory reflexes or senses or something. I don't know.
There also seems to be a strong bitter smell of something I believe you call coffee.
Fantastic.
I actually don't know if it's coffee, I'm just making that up.
I don't know, DM,
Sure.
is there coffee? Yeah, fantastic, even
Yeah.
better.
I'm not going to do this stupid fantasy thing that always bothers me of calling it calf or something nonsense.
Oh yeah, that bothers me.
Oh, whatever you want. Yay.
It's somehow
not
different, even though it's
tea.
always bitter and dark and steaming hot.
And it wakes the dead. Yeah. Are we sitting at the same table, or are we going to sit somewhere else?
I come around the
When
corner.
you guys come down here, there is nobody else down here. You hear people bumping around in the kitchens, but there isn't even anybody behind the bar right now. You do smell food cooking.
I look at. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I will meander back to the kitchen.
I was literally just thinking that too. I'll say
Well,
I
give us a
I
bell.
follow Glimmer. Like I'm gonna come around the corner here and see the two Warforged sitting there, and I'm like, nope. And I turn and I just follow Glimmer towards the kitchen.
I look over at Talk and I just go, did the captain say what time he would be visiting?
You guys were the ones talking to him.
Fair enough.
I was hefting a big piece of stone.
Yes. On that, I believe I owe you what they call an apology.
No.
Upon reflection, my order may have come across as an act of disrespect. I assure it was not intended.
You stabbed his corpse through the face.
I was ordered to ensure he was dead. It seemed the most efficient way. From what I gather about humanoids, their brains are quite vulnerable.
I love how he just gets up and walks away.
Literally mid-sentence.
You give your players a very simple message sometimes, and they take it in ways you were never expecting it to go.
You said he's got to be there to ensure he's definitely dead.
I love it.
And then I took care to explain that he was a completely shriveled husk of what was left of him. And then you stabbed him.
Hey, could have been a lich.
Glimmer is standing in the doorway, and I'm like, "Do you drink coffee?"
I'm getting it, dear. 1 minute.
No, I didn't know if you drank coffee or tea.
When available, I will drink what is available.
Fair enough.
And I poke my head in and say, Good morning, everyone. Sorry to intrude, but there are several of us. When you get a minute.
Food service doesn't start for an hour. We'll send some out with a pot for coffee or tea, whatever you like.
I'm like stretching my head around the side for like.
And Glimmer will use her staff to like push your face back. Not for you.
Back up, Dell. They don't like dogs in the kitchen.
You're looking in there, you see like there's one cook who's busting around getting stuff ready, and there's nobody else in here. There's no serving staff, anything.
And I turn as you say that. I say, Dell, is it?
Oh. Every dog has a name.
I've not heard the name yet.
Oh, sorry. Thought I'd said it before. If you wanna let me through there, I'll grab our coffee.
I will go sit.
Dell, stay. And I step into the kitchen. Do I recognize this cook at all familiar? Considering, like, I live across the street.
You might have seen them around, but you've never had any real reason to interact with them.
Okay.
Like, could they have wandered in for some kind of observation at the shrine? Sure.
Right.
So do thousands of other people every day.
Might have seen him in passing. Visually familiar, but no relation.
Yep.
Got it. I walk in and I'll carry our coffee out so you don't have to worry about it if you want to just point I take direction well?
They point a spoon that's still got oatmeal on it over at one of the tables right over here next to the wall. There's supplies for tea and coffee on there, and there's a small stove that's being used to boil water.
Perfect. And I
And
go
they're busy over
over
at like this table over here.
and I like find a tray, load everything up. I'm assuming there's like a carafe, like a teapot or kettle, a portable kettle that I can pour hot water into, and we'll just.
Yeah, if you try to take the full cauldron, she'll yell at you.
Oh yeah, we'll just make it tableside. So, and then I carry that out and carry that over. Come on, Del. And I get like here, and I'm like looking between our table and where Torque is sitting. And I just do like one of these. Lovers quarrel?
I'm shrug.
I'm sorry, do we know his name again? The one,
Torque.
the one that's sitting over there.
Talk. Yeah, talk.
Torque.
That
I
guy is
turn
not
it-
there, Torque.
I turned to holler and I'm like, bye, Torque. And I sit like right here next to Glimmer. And I set the tray down. I sit down next to Glimmer and I pour like the preppings for coffee and pass her a cup.
Of course, you do the first thing that everyone does.
Oh yeah, it's totally like. I'm almost awake just smelling it.
When you get old, you don't really need as much sleep.
Yeah.
Although I never needed a lot of sleep anyway.
I just need to be coherent enough to hit things.
Do you hit things often?
When I'm allowed.
I see. And who gives that order?
The priests.
Of...
Dolora.
And because I don't have the sovereigns up in front of me, which one is that?
Now I have to pull that up because I've literally just closed the tab. That is the sovereign of sun and sacrifice.
Sun and sacrifice. Got it. So, am I seeing this map correctly? Is Torque outside now? Okay.
Yes, he is.
Is your temple open this early?
I don't know that it ever closes. They do enjoy the sunrise, though. That is a bit of a thing.
And you... the...
B3R-G1L, yes.
B. B sounds good. Got it.
Now that your directive has been met, what is your plan?
I tend to observe humanity while waiting for next orders.
Since you can't recall who gave you orders before, who are you waiting to hear from them now?
I assume the same person. We do not meet. I am simply relayed information to my mind.
Oh. And do you have to follow those, or can you choose to do what you want?
I see no reason not to. It gives purpose.
You never question who is contacting.
They were the first thing I heard when I was awakened.
I know it's perhaps ominous to say, but perhaps think of who you trust.
I was activated, and that was the first thing I recall happening. It makes sense to me to trust them, as they would probably be the person who activated me.
You say activated, and you heard that voice to give you that. When was that? As far as I know, the Treaty of Thronehold said they could not create more after the last war.
I do not know about when I was created. I only know that I came to consciousness maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh. That's something new.
Is there anything anyone, excuse me, is there anything anyone else wants to do in the very early hours of the morning?
I drink lots of coffee.
As the sun eventually rises and the windows lighten up, Still, is Torque staying outside?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, around 6:30 or so, a familiar sight starts to walk towards the inn. It's Captain Blackhouse coming in. And he'll nod to Torque as he walks by and sort of like gesture to come in with him.
I'll follow in behind him.
He'll glance around as he walks in, and he's a little surprised to see you're all up, but he'll walk over to your table.
Correction. They're all up. The dog is sleeping and snoring on the ground.
Funny you make that correction, because he leans forward as he walks in and says the old Duke would like to send his regards and offer you some reward for your actions yesterday. And he'll put down 4 small pouches on the table.
There were 5 of us.
It's a dog. Whose dog is it? You think you're going to get double the reward for having a dog?
I nudge Dell and mind link and go, your call. You can show them who you are or not get paid.
Was it like pouches of money he put on there?
Yep. 25 gold piece per pouch.
I get up and I sniff it and nudge it. I'm like, and I lay back down.
Fair enough. I pick up my pouch, throw it in like I do like one of these. You're muted, Northern.
I pick up my pouch and I just pour it into a larger one that's attached to my belt.
For the record, the dog doesn't belong to anybody.
Looks like it belongs to one of you.
No. But you could do it a solid and buy it a bone.
I mean, I paid them so that they'd give you whatever you needed, including feeding the dog. I did have one other thing to bring up, though. We are currently slammed. We still don't know what happened yesterday, but it didn't just happen at the Shrine of the Sovereign Host. And right now, it's all the Red Lions can do to keep on top of this and try and both keep everyone calm. We seem to have knocked it down and put down whatever rose up, but we still have no direct leads on what originated all of this, and we're deeply busy with that at the moment. But that's not the only work that we need to have done. You seemed capable yesterday, more than capable. I was hoping that we could contract you to do one task for us while my men were busy with their other tasks around the city. So it would require leaving the city and tracking something down for us. Well, for me specifically. Paid, of course. Better than what you have there.
What would be the target?
I grumble and take a sip of coffee.
I mean, I'm offering a year's wages here for a simple task that should take a day or two.
What would be the target?
There was an amulet that was stolen, and we wish it returned. We do not much care what happens to those who took it.
Stolen from where?
From the old Duke. Not from Shadowlock Keep, thankfully. Our security is better than that, but he had some valuables that were being transferred through the city, and they were ambushed, and it was taken.
So not the temple.
No, this was elsewhere in the city.
Do you have suspects or a lead?
They were seen attacking the courier who had the amulet, and we saw where they fled to, but we don't know where they went past the gates. They scattered off into the forest to the northeast.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, after he says they scattered after the forest, the dog starts to morph and turns into a little goblin with red hair and horns, and she stands up. She's only like
By the gods!
a little over 2 feet tall. And he looks at him and he's like, "A year's wages, you say? Just to be clear, there are 5 of us."
Oh.
Told you. No one listens.
I'm
She
sorry.
was a dog until 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Didn't
No
No
change my
disrespect was
statement.
intended. You were a
You
dog.
also referred to her constantly as a dog, Lyra.
That's how she
I
preferred to
asked
be
her
referred
to.
to. Now, about this excursion, if you get clearance from the temple, I can go. But without a priest's approval, I cannot leave.
That will not be a problem.
And so be it.
Is there anything we should know about this amulet?
Nothing in particular. It's more valuable than what I'm offering for its return, obviously.
What it looks like would be a good start.
Eventually you'll know it when you see it, but it is a small crescent on the end of the chain that is studded with blue gems. I doubt they have anything similar.
Is it? It's not the emblem, is it?
No, it's simply an art piece.
Okay.
But it's an embarrassment, and we'd like to have it ended.
When was it taken?
It was taken during the chaos yesterday. So they can't have gotten all that far. And we didn't pursue past the gates because we had other things to do.
Which way were they headed?
Northeast.
Would Torque have had any experience with this captain in particular?
You probably would have run across him at some time in the past. He's, as far as you know, he's been a pretty decent guy. The Red Lions don't have a great reputation. They're very effective military, but they're not particularly kind in general. They're very much more by the book kind of order people. Black House is known to be a bit more of a gentle soul for a Red Lion.
All right.
It's very much they're not bad people, just don't fuck with the guard. Like, they're very aware that this is their city, because they're the right hand of the Duke.
Suppose we should leave after breakfast. And do I know what's northeast of here?
Which?
Northeast of town.
Yeah.
Do I know what's there?
Forest, mostly. Want to give me a history check?
Get there. Oh yeah, -1. Let's go!
It's a lot of woods.
13.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure I've
a lot of
glanced
woods.
at a map at least once.
May be advisable we leave as soon as possible.
Sorry, some of us need sustenance.
Then I suggest eating quickly. If we can catch them while they are still potentially sleeping, we could resolve this quickly.
I'll tell you what, why don't you start ahead in tracking while we eat?
Acceptable.
If it helps. They did seem to be relatively common bandits. However, they did also seem to mostly be of her kind. And he points at Dell.
Oh, really?
Well, that doesn't bode well.
Small and with green skin. I'm not trying to be a bigot or something like that. I'm not accusing you of anything.
Yeah.
It could not have been her. She was a dog.
She was also with you at the time the crime happened. And I'm not one to ascribe evil intentions to everyone who shares the same species. So no, I'm not accusing her of anything.
You know how many?
At
Roughly.
least half a dozen.
Manageable.
We don't know if all of them were involved in the heist, but I'm sure you'll figure that out.
I get up and go check on food and just ask for like bread, cheese, anything before
Food's starting to come out pretty much around the same time as this.
Fantastic.
So like the serving person that's showing up to work, and they've come around and start taking orders.
Fantastic.
Reminds me of when Melvin used to make sandwiches, but didn't know how to cook.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That was exciting.
trustworthy.
Hmm.
Could not be trusted.
Some of them came out okay.
Some of them did. One of them I remember keeping as a
Management, yeah.
yeah, because you needed to have something that was
Oh, what's
distasteful to you.
What did that have on it? It was awful.
I don't remember. It was awful though.
In any case, it was approved a 200 gold reward for the return of the amulet. That's total, so split between you, that would be 40 gold each. It would have been 50, except Della's apparently no longer a dog.
Is there an additional reward for dealing with the criminals?
That's not part of my remit, no.
Well
Sure.
then,
But like I said, we don't care what happens to them.
Very well. That is acceptable.
out of character, are there such things as like wanted poster boards or things of the sort?
Like in the city?
Yeah.
In general? Not really.
Okay.
It's a very crime-free city in general. Seems
There's no
oddly so.
bans.
the time.
Yeah, I'm just getting around the point. He said, like, oh, we don't care, but if there is something out there that could get us additional, money for doing the thing, then that was what I was going to pursue.
Yeah, we're wondering if there's an additional bounty on them.
Yeah, so if there's not, that's fine.
Do we have to keep alive? Ugh.
You know that there's like the equivalent of the Thieves Guild in the area, which is called the Brava. You know that they're around. I don't know that any of you would have any way of that you would know of contacting them. It's like rumors generally say that they hang out in the sprawl outside of the walls, but if you don't have any connections to that side of the world, then you wouldn't really know directly.
They've not tried contacting me yet, anyway.
Very specifically, you do not have any connection to the Brava.
No.
I will require one other thing.
And what is that?
You will need to send 2 guards to the Major's house to watch his family.
Major Shadesh is a highly decorated officer in the Red Lions. You think we're leaving his family unprotected?
If you're taking me away from the household, you'll need to replace me with 2 extra guards.
We're strapped for manpower, but I don't think 2 men will cost us anything, so that's fine. I'll send a runner as soon as I can snag someone out there. Like I said, I had the utmost respect for Shadesh.
Most of us did. And he'll
Which is
kind
one
of
of the reasons I'm
give-
so upset by all of this.
We'll kind of give Virgil a side eye as much as Warforged can side eye.
Virgil didn't know, and Virgil don't care.
I was about to say the Warforged eye, like all that because of Futurama references now, all that I think of is like don't like draw attention, and then you see Bender like extend his eyes towards.
Yeah.
I will note that everyone else had fled by the time that happened, so you guys saw what happened with Virgil, but the sarcophagus was already put on by Torque, so nobody else really knows that was even done.
Snitches get stitches.
Very well then. We can get your necklace.
That would be appreciated. It's not even so much about the necklace, it's making sure that the thieves don't profit.
And I assure you, they will not see another sunrise.
When you
I just
return with...
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, I give him a very incredulous look, like,
It may take you more than a day. If it does, send a runner to find Captain Blackhouse. Any of the Red Lions will be able to send it up the chain to find me. And I can either meet you back here, or I can meet you at anywhere else that you designate if this is inconvenient for you. And I'll leave you to it, unless there's any other questions. Very well then he'll up and walk out.
you said they were bringing out food and stuff at some point?
Yeah, it was bringing it out around while you guys were having the conversation.
Oh, so we have
They had oatmeal and they had eggs and back bacon that were coming out.
Yeah.
And they're basically, they were bringing out like the bowls of oatmeal on a tray and another server with the eggs and bacon. They were basically just like asking if anybody wanted either or both.
Awesome. I take a little bit of everything.
If there's kind of like non-perishable stuff to equate to like rations, I would definitely take some.
There isn't really. It's like there's some dried fruit for the oatmeal. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I just eat a bowl of oatmeal. Plain.
But if you need rations, there's general stores that will be open that you can buy them at too. So
No, it's fine. I have some, but I wasn't sure how long we'd be out, so.
About how long did that conversation take?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
So I was like, like, I'm eating like all of the food, but like also eating it really fast. Like, maybe a little disturbingly so.
Anything else anybody wants to do before you head out? And we'll pop the map. Okay, so you could have gotten more information out of Black House about exactly where the attack took place. It would have been right about here on the map. See the ping? Just close to that northern gate leading through the sprawl, off into the forest to that northeast.
So basically, they left from the place that was closest to where they attacked.
Yeah, they jacked the guy at that intersection, then took off through the nearest gate.
Doesn't necessarily mean they continued in that direction, though.
That's the adventure part of this.
At the gates leading out of the city, are the watchtowers attached to them, or are they just straight up gates?
They're full-on gates, so like it's a fully walled city. Even the river entrances have chains that are stuck across them. They're usually lowered enough that boats can travel back and forth, but they're clearly able to haul them up to block the passage in.
Oh,
case
there's
of an actual
sentries
siege.
at like top of the wall height then.
Well, yeah, there's sentries along the top of the wall. Either military or red lines. They have a mix of both for wall duty. And at the actual gates themselves, they'll have guards at the bottom there. They just weren't able to catch these guys as they pushed through. Some of them did get wounded in the process too. So terrible. You are muted, Arlie.
Sorry. We probably wouldn't get all the way out of the city and on our way because people wanted to eat and stuff before an hour passes, right?
Yeah, you're probably gonna have an issue before you guys leave.
Okay.
Or you won't be able to get, you won't be able to get out of the city. It'll be like at least about a half an hour to get out of the city, probably.
Mm-hmm.
After everybody's eaten, so yeah. You can end the effect early if you want.
Yeah. Before we leave the house, then I will revert back to a dog house and whatever. But if there are other people down in the more people than were when I changed, I will go upstairs and do it and then come back down.
Yeah, there would be by then.
Yeah.
Where we find out Ali's character is actually a dog that druid shifts into humanoid. Because that's amazing.
Just wanted to avoid shifting while we were going through the city. That seemed like a bad idea.
We're currently over in... Is it the Lion? No, not in the Lion's Den. Whereabouts are we?
You're
Around the
where the
bee,
bee
yeah.
is.
Okay.
The
Right.
Sovereign Host is over on this side. There's a big building there, and you guys are across over here.
Okay. So we're just gonna basically head near enough north and then slightly veer east out the town.
Yeah, if you take the river walk right along the river to this road right here, it'll just lead straight up that gate.
He didn't say anything about letting us have access to where the crime took place or anything to
It was in the street.
investigate. Oh, it was just in the street. Okay.
Yeah, it was a courier who was bringing something to be delivered to the Duke, and he got jumped in the street.
Okay. Well,
While you are eating, I may go ahead and make some inquiries. I'll see you at the gate. And with that, I'm gonna get up and leave.
Make them with disadvantage because you're off-putting.
Pardon?
you are off-putting.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Not long after he leaves, I say, I have something to do also. I'll also meet you at the gate. And
Mysterious.
now
Yeah.
Torque's just gonna head to any generic weapon shop on the way to the gate to pick up some javelins so that I have a ranged option.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, there's a lot of weapons and armor blacksmiths in the city because it's a military city and they have a lot of trade to do.
I'm debating I need to get a short bow and some arrows at some point. Or a hand crossbow. Are you guys doing anything further in the inn?
No, I mean, the only other thing that I could want, I don't have the money for yet, so I'm okay.
Am I alright to get to the gate?
Pardon? Are you allowed to get to the gate?
No, I was asking them, am I alright to go ahead and do the bit where at the gate? Am I where I go to the gate ahead of time?
Yeah, I think so.
Just when I get there, because I've never left the city. So, as you're looking through the gate and leading out, and just like, can you see the forest already?
You definitely can see the forest. It's not that far away, as you can see on the map. It sort of pops up pretty quickly. Between you and the forest from the gate is just a completely ramshackle tent town.
How?
Like,
Sorry, go on.
the sprawl is a miserable place to live. It's not meant to be here. It's just that the Red Lions don't take the time to clear it out. But it's where people who have literally nowhere else to go end up.
How dense and tall does the forestry look?
It's pretty open. It's not super dense. It looks easily traversable. There is a road that leads off into it.
Are the trees city wall height higher, shorter?
Oh, they're higher than the city walls. The city walls are about 20 feet tall.
Okay.
But the trees, they're 30, 40, 50 feet tall. Depends on the tree.
Is there any public? Probably not, but is there any public way of access up onto the walls?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go up
That's
to
military territory.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to one of the guards then and say, oh shit, I've forgotten the captain's name.
Black House.
That's it. Greetings. I've been tasked by Captain Blackhouse to retrieve an item taken by some bandits who came through here the other day.
Yeah, they took off that away. They point down the road.
Thank you. Have any of the
That's my
sentries on the top of the wall detected any hints of smoke coming from the forest, perhaps remnants of a fire?
There's always fires out there.
Any appeared overnight?
I mean, there's almost always fires out there. There's lumberjacks out there pulling in trees. There's people who are out there hunting and setting up camp for the night. People out there gathering herbs or whatever. There's constantly people out doing business in the forest.
That is unfortunate.
There's some old farms out that way that are ruins now, but people who often use them as campments.
And I assume that General Footfall has covered any of tracks that they may have left.
There's not a lot of traffic. You might pick something up. There's a lot of them traveling together.
Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation.
No problem. I hope you get them.
And I'm just, as I say that, I then turn and stop and wait at the wall, rather than actually be what I probably would expect to carry on going.
I just imagine the guards being like, okay.
I am awaiting companions.
Okay.
I eventually start heading that direction.
I'm assuming Lyra, me, and Glimmer would probably all leave at the same time.
Actually, I could
Um,
probably assume.
Go ahead.
Unless anybody had anything specific, we can assume you all just meet up at the gates then.
Yep.
And I think that's probably a good place to call it for the night, because we're nearing up on midnight pretty quickly here.
Yep. Cool.
And this seems like a good place to cut it.
Yeah, it's daylight outside. Thanks for a fun first game.
Yeah,
Even if you nearly killed half the party, like in one round.
that was pretty funny.
Oh, come on. We haven't even gotten to the fun stuff yet.
It's level 1. What do you expect?
Yeah. Especially
Now we
with
get to
like
start
a
getting a little bit
wizard.
tougher on you.
Ugh. Good. No, it's. I think we've got a good range of abilities and mix of characters.
Low level is hard, so.
Out of curiosity, do you know what school of magic you're going into at level 3?
I sure do.
Okay, never mind.
And I'm trying to fast run this, so we're probably going to hit level 3 at the end of next session.
Nice. Cool.
Once we've
Because I
taken...
wanted the early feel, but I know everybody knows what they want to play by level 3, so we're not dawdling on the way there.
Yeah.
It'll slow down a bit after that, but that's also when the really fun stuff will kick off.
What's the, I think you might have answered this elsewhere, but what's the maximum level you're thinking of for this campaign?
I'm aiming possibly to 20.
Okay.
That's the goal, at least. I have a lot of ideas.
Yep. Pacing.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Alright, well, I will bid you all a good night, and I will...
Yes, great game.
I will not be here next Saturday.
Oh.
Next Saturday is the... Wait, no. Scratch that. It's the Saturday after. I'm not here.
Yeah, you're out the same weekend I am, the 31st.
Yes. Yeah, that's my mum's second 70th party that she's having. I'm here next Saturday, but I'm not here the Saturday after.
Okay.
The Saturday after, if 2 of you are out, we may not have a session that time. We'll see how it goes.
Alright.
Cool.
See you next week, guys.
Good night.
Everyone, thanks for the game.
Yeah.
Alright. And that's it for tonight. Thankfully, my barbarian didn't die and I didn't have to roll something else. Came close. But I didn't die. Yeah. So I will be back tomorrow night for more raid. God, we're going to be working on sticks some more. Tuesday is going to be more raid, either sticks or hopefully we'll have him dead by then. And maybe be working on lock and stock. We will see. And then next Saturday we'll be right back here. So raid nights Sunday and Tuesday are going to be 7:30 Eastern. Next Saturday right back here at 8 Eastern. Until then, as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And have a great night.